The MRI machine is the world's largest loudspeaker, and it's typically hooked up to effectively 1,000,000-watt amplifiers. The actual environment inside the MRI scanner is harsh. The magnetic fields are very strong, the electrical fields are very strong, and either of those things can readily damage equipment that's put inside of the scanner.
Any metal that is there, it will create some shadows and distortion of the image, so doctors cannot really interpret the results correctly.
When an operator tries to talk to a patient, at least half the time the patient says, "What? Can you say that again?" A surprising number of patients describe themselves as claustrophobic in the scanner. In addition, the signals that we collect from the MR scanner are extremely tiny, a few microvolts. And any noise radiated from the electronics that are in the scanner damages the images, which is, of course, unacceptable in the diagnostic imaging context. It was very clear that we had to have a headphone that wasn't just loud, but was very high fidelity. Acoustic noise cancellation works by creating sound that is essentially the exact opposite of any environmental noise that we don't want to hear.
We set out to do it smart, was create a very tranquil patient experience within a very hostile environment. And when I say hostile environment, I mean not only the loud clacking and banging of the MRI machine, but also the magnetic force that they throw off. It's intense. And being able to create a product that a patient can wear where they're comfortable and fully immersed is very tricky to do. We were lucky enough to find AUDEZE. I mean, they really pulled off just a phenomenal engineering challenge that allowed us to bring super high quality audio into probably one of the most challenging environments that exists, which is an MRI room.
Here was a chance for us to actually make a product that actually had a purpose. We call it a purpose-driven headphone.
Designing these headphones in collaboration with AUDEZE, the fidelity of the headphones was a critical factor.
The challenge was to use technology that can work inside of the coil and not create image issues.
What we've ended up with is a scanner agnostic headset. So you can put this into any scanner, any make, any power, and it's going to give you the same noise cancellation performance.
We designed this to work with different patients. We did a lot of user testing, so we were able to make the adjustments needed for the design to make sure it works with the most amount of people.
So when we put carbon nanotubes inside, we basically create some sort of bridges. They touch each other throughout the volume. And we found that carbon nanotubes with single wall work the best. The benefit of that is we are driving diaphragm with much more uniform force. And there's no issues anymore with reliability of the diaphragm.
So we had to design a headphone that not just works in there, but also have high fidelity. And we had to create very high SPLs.
We are going with bias that is 600 to 700 volts, but driving voltage is 800 to 1,000 volts RMS. We are implementing active circuitry on the diaphragm frame itself. Part of this will be kind of microphone components, or part for bias circuit.
When we got to one of these MRI sites, a gentleman who was shaking so much that all his images were blurry. After we set up our headphone system, he used it and he was able to calm down, and he was actually able to have a good scan where the images were nice and clear.
So the possibility of having simple, clear communication is a godsend for the process.
We've arrived at a solution that is by far the industry standard of high quality audio with an active noise cancellation component that no other AV company in the MRI space can meet.
This particular headphone, I think there is a chance for us to actually do several things. One is to improve patient comfort in MRI machines. Second thing is it can actually help get better results in MRI machines. It became clear to us that we had something special. This had very high SPL for an electrostatic headphone. It had very high fidelity. But also what is very important is it was probably one of the best sounding headphones we've ever created.
In an effort to solve a problem in the MRI space, one of the things that fell out of it was we created one of the best sounding transducers in any market.
We knew that once we did this headphone, we also have to do a headphone that is suitable for music listening and mastering. When we created this carbon headphones, we used the same technology that we had developed for our MRI version of the headphones.
This is not a headphone for kids.
It's like quicksand, lightning quicksand. You're going into the music instantly. It's like, whoa.
This is the most emotional headphone I've ever heard. Like it sounds like I could put these on and master records like instantly.
Damn, so real. Unbelievably real.
These are at the top of the heap now, 51 years of professional audio. It's an amazing experience.